Could we hear another song?
Sure. I'm going to try this one. You know, usually when I do a record, I will do 3 or 4 songs off of that record live. And sometimes the rest of them, for whatever reason, don't get played live for a while, sometimes years. Now, it's only been a few months now since this record came out at the end of August. But there's a local fella from Asheville, Charles Humphrey III, and his terrific band, Songs from the Road Band. I've gotten to do several gigs with them. And when I did my record, When Carolina Comes Home Again, they're on 3 songs on that record. And I love those guys, and I love writing with Charles. And so we wrote this. I thought it might end up being a bluegrass song, but it seemed to really fit this record. And so I'm going to try it live. So like I say, I'm just kind of slowly working some of these songs in. So this is kind of a premiere here of it. And it's called Let's Make Some Memories. Let's make some memories. The good ones are all gone. Let's have some better days again. You used to sparkle when we saw the dawn. I want to see your smile light up again. Let's make some memories. Go ahead and make 'em last. We'll hold on longer this time. Moment to moment, till the present is the past, and the future is the last thing on our minds. We ought to take our hearts out dancing and let 'em bring each other home. Let's make some memories that we'll remember when. I want to see your smile light up again. We ought to take our hearts out dancing and let 'em bring each other home. Let's make some memories. They're just outside the door. I think I hear 'em walking in. Let's make 'em welcome. There'll be so many more now that I see your smile light up again. I'm glad to see your smile light up again.
Jim Lauderdale is live on WNCW in Studio B this afternoon, sounding lovely.
Thank you. Well, thanks to Charles Humphrey.
Always good.
Yeah.
Now, your guitar, is that Chloe?
Coco.
Coco.
Yeah,
You name your
this-
guitars, and that's one of your favorites.
That's right. Yeah, this is the first Collings I ever got. I got it in 1994. It was brand new. And as you can see, I've added some wear and tear on it through the years. And one time I came back from England, I guess it was 6 or 7 years ago, and I was doing a show at that time called Music City Roots once a week. And I pulled the guitar out and got on stage to kick things off. And I looked down and there was a crack. Oops, and I see something right there now. But it was all the way around the guitar. But I did the first song and then I put it away and got it repaired. But I haven't been taking Coco out much since then, but I've been missing Coco, and she just sounds so great. So I decided to...
Yeah, Coco is well loved.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
How many guitars? More than your records, I bet.
No. I don't have that many, and I kind of, pare down as time goes by, but I really love these Collingses a lot. They're great guitars, and yeah, and mostly I used to play some electric a while ago. It's been really since about 1996, though, that I would play a lot of electric during the shows, and I just don't.
What changed?
I just felt like, I don't know, it was never very confident in my electric playing. Not that I'm that confident about my acoustic playing, mind you, but it just I don't know, it just seems like a better fit. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But
yeah, if the shoe fits, or if the
yeah, that's right.
if the nudie suit fits.
That's right. If the nudie suit fits, wear it.
Definitely. Let's talk a little bit about Nashville and what's going on these days. What's good in Nashville lately?
I have been, well, I'll tell you, I mentioned this record that might come out in February. It was going to be January, but as time is going by, I'm slower and slower about things. But I've been kind of finishing up some of that stuff. But I've been in the studio a lot with the folks that have been playing live with me that have also been on these recent records. Lily Mae Rishi, Frank Rishi, her brother, Craig Smith, Lily Mae's husband, and baby daddy. They had a baby, I guess, about 6 weeks ago. And Jay Weaver and Dave Racine. And I love playing with them so much live that I wanted to produce a record with Jay and co-write and write songs featuring them more. I mean, I'd still be there doing harmonies, and I'll sing lead on a few things. I think I'm going to call the band the Game Changers, which is off of the record. You know, like you got this, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Bruce Springsteen. So I think that going forward for live shows like Merle Fest or something, if those guys are going to be with me, which I certainly hope they will be, it'll, I'll say that with the Game Changers. And then I would like to start doing shows where it's a co-bill with the Game Changers. And, so we've been, I've still got to finish up some things and have Lily Mae and Frank and Craig sing on. They're all such great singers. And Lily Mae is just such a great artist. She's has 2 albums out on her own and a couple of EPs and is just putting out something new. But she's just these when I get to play with them live, it's just so rewarding for me. I feel like I'm in Studio B when I play with them. Hey, by the way, I want to apologize. I probably threw you guys off with the stories and everything at the first of the show, but I do that kind of stuff when I'm nervous. But I'm feeling more. You guys are making me feel more relaxed. Not that you were making me feel nervous. It was me. But I'm feeling as relaxed as Perry Como after a Thanksgiving meal.
You do seem like one of the more centered musical artists that I know.
Well, I don't know, Joe, if I can.
Well,
Oh, speaking of which, now I noticed as I was driving in to the Hendersonville Food Co-op that as I was listening to WNCW, of course, as I was driving in and hearing the shows that were going to be in the area, and they were as I was driving into the parking lot of where I'm a member of the Hendersonville Community Food Co-op, then the announcement came. And I thought, well, good, that's great that they're, and since I'm a member, it's like, well, I guess I'm kind of helping sponsor some of these shows too that are coming up.
yes, indeed. It all works hand in hand.
Yeah. It's all connected.
Thinking about Nashville just a bit more as how you've been there for a long while, and maybe compare and contrast what's maybe better or maybe worse for artists, someone living there, maybe someone trying to break into the business nowadays versus when you were fresh on the scene?
It's always been and here I get to use some of these big words I was thinking of today to use on the radio. It's always a conundrum for, but it's I think when you are going someplace, when you are like going, look, I've got this body of work now, and I feel good about what I'm doing, and I want to give this a shot. At trying to make a living out of playing music, no matter where you are. But when you're at that point in your life, and a lot of times, Nashville, it's kind of those roads point there. I went there after I went to North Carolina School of the Arts and to try, and I kind of felt like it ain't going to happen right now in that 5 months I was there. So I moved to New York, which was another place that people would go for music, and went to L.A. for a while, which is another place, and then ended up in Nashville. And I think the thing that's changed, and to make a long story interminable with your question, is that I think a lot is still the same. You go someplace new. It's exciting. It's daunting. It's intimidating, and you never know what could happen. It's got these endless possibilities, and it's this dream. It's like I could meet somebody today that might change the course of my life here, that kind of thing. You never know. And I still, but it used to be like when I was back in the those medieval days, at that time, for me, it was like, I've got to get a record deal. I've got to get a record deal. That was kind of the carrot, the golden carrot of like, boy, once I get a record deal, everything's going to fall into place. Now, it doesn't. I'm here to tell you that right now. It's a process. But I think these days it's not so important to have that thing of like, I've got to get a major record deal so I can have hit songs. Now, if you're in the country field these days, now it still is, I guess. I mean, that, and I was going for that too, but that's changed a lot too. You know, the music business has changed so much. But my advice would be to people, when you feel like that, like, hey, I'm ready, or I'm almost ready, and I just want to go there. You know, follow your heart and your instinct and your gut, but have some money stowed away. Know that you might have to get a day job, and don't feel like you're nobody. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Don't feel like, gosh, I'm here flipping tempeh burgers.
I mean, just
at
ask
this
Emmylou Harris, you know, how long she had to,
Yeah,
waitress and do whatever.
yeah, but know that that's the way for most people it is, you know, and then you just got to keep at it. You just have to work really hard and know that really through your career you're going to have to work hard. It isn't like one thing happens and then it's easy. It's always a long process. But I would never discourage anybody from going. I would say, look, if you are making a living where you're at, and there's a music scene somehow, or you can travel from where you're at, because you're going to have to go on the road anyway. You know what I mean? So you don't have to go there, you know, and now too with the way things are with technology, you know, you can, and even an old Luddite like me can, you know, you don't have to travel. But I would never say to anybody, don't waste your time going there. You'll never, you know, you have to go and discover that yourself. It's different for everybody.
Yeah. And it doesn't always work for everybody. Even folks like Robert Earl Keen couldn't cut it in Nashville. It just wasn't the scene for Robert Earl.
Yeah.
And he did fine.
Yeah, yes, he did. He did quite well. And hey, another thing is wherever you live, you might be the person that kind of creates a scene in that place that's not there, and it's just waiting to happen. And there's all these other writers and musicians and pickers that are like, hey, wow, now this place is open and this place has started to have music and this and that. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, you know, Asheville I think it's got an incredible music scene.
And that was almost some kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy where it just snowballed. It just, some people wanted to be there, and it's a beautiful place to live, and then that just kept just expanding, and other reasons too. But it was a neat story to watch unfold.
Yeah, and you guys, in all seriousness, y'all have really helped that a lot. And I heard today, throughout the day, you know, when I woke up, and you know, when y'all started having music at 9, and until, you know, I was hearing things I hadn't heard before, different new artists, things like that, older art. It's like, who is this? And it's like, Magic Sam. I've never heard this song. That kind of thing, and that's really great, you know. And I'm not worried too, and I hope you guys aren't. You know, what they call, this is for you folks out at home, this is what you call terrestrial radio, right? But then you call the other stuff what?
Well, you know, satellite, like your show.
services.
You got satellite radio. Like, you've still got a show on satellite radio, I believe.
Oh, yeah, but hey, look, that is like, okay. But that's right, with Buddy Miller.
Not that we're encouraging anybody to listen to it.
Or if you do, just 2 hours a week sometime. But
And then straight back to
that's
WNCW.
it. And then come back to WNCW. But I mean, and that's great. That serves a purpose. But there's nothing like, and I don't think that, as we call it, terrestrial radio is going to go away. I really don't. I think it's too vital for the community. And there's something immediate about it, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And familiar, that really becomes part of people's lives.
Oh, we should get you for a testimonial.
Well, maybe so. And maybe when you guys have another fun drive, maybe we could work something out.
All right, we're penciling that down right now. Jim Lauderdale is live in Studio B, has a show tomorrow night, 185 King Street in Brevard. A bunch of ringers in the band, and as well as Wednesday night at Travis Book's Happy Hour at the Gray Eagle, Friday in Charlotte at the Evening Muse, Sunday at Barley's in Knoxville, all within the listening range of WNCW.